Hey everyone, welcome to this Winter Retreat Portal page tutorial. My name is Christian, and I wanted to go through this new portal page that we have available for everyone that's doing the winter retreats online this year. So it's pretty straightforward. So when you register, you'll get a confirmation email and you'll receive a link to access this portal page. What we're going to do now is we're going to just go through and see all the different components that are on this page. So there's some things that are pretty obvious, like the schedule. There's other things like the suggested reading material for each week. And then also there's some really great content that Genshamten has produced specifically for the online retreaters. So I'll show you all of this now, okay? So first thing, you'll access this page and you'll see up the top the oral instructions of Mahamudra Retreat. That lets you know you're on the right page. So at the top, there's some basic suggestions on how to engage in this retreat. So some people might be different. You might have some time carved out to engage fully in this retreat. In that case, that's great. But also there's some of us who are busy while we're on retreat. And so there's two ways that we can engage in this retreat. The first way is to, of course, access all of the guided live stream sessions, but also, as we'll see as we go through the weekly schedule, there are some ways to incorporate some self-guided sessions. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But you'll see the schedule is actually quite doable. So normally what happens in previous years is the Saturday sessions are all guided. Of course, there's the Friday night introduction. But then Sunday through Thursday, about 2 to 3 sessions are guided with Genshamten. And then there's at least one, most likely 2, that are self-guided sessions, so we can actually take what we hear in the session that Genshamten taught, and then we meditate on it. So we'll have that same component this year online, but there's a few ways that we can do it. So going down, there is the 10-week schedule on the left, and it just shows all the different retreats by week. So you'll see these little bars, and there's just a little plus sign. So this is like an accordion section. So you just click the plus sign, and then first you'll see the suggested reading materials as well as when all the sessions are available until. So I click here on the Developing Renunciation Retreat. That's January 8th through the 14th, but you'll have access to all the recordings until January 21st at midnight Eastern Standard Time. So that's when you have the ability to catch up as much as you need to. The suggested reading materials, it's going to be based on the new meditation handbook. And the prayers that we'll be using for that retreat are Prayers for Meditation and Hundreds of Deities of the Joyful Land, according to Highest Yoga Tantra. So now you know, okay, you just click these links. Great, I'm going to click on Prayers for Meditation, and if I don't have Prayers for Meditation, it sends me directly to Tarpa, and then I can get the ebook, I can buy the CD, I can order a booklet, you name it, right? So pretty straightforward. So now, below that is the suggested reading material. So that would be Mirror of Dharma with Additions, Modern Buddhism, and Joyful Path of Good Fortune. So it's like this with each week. You'll get the breakdown of the sadhanas and then the books that you can follow along with. So then going down, there is the weekly schedule. Friday night, introduction. Again, like I said, 4 sessions on Saturday. Now the thing about Sunday is very interesting. The first session is an unguided session. And it says here, will be recorded for template self-guided sessions. So what does that mean? Basically, instead of us live streaming every single unguided session that's taking place in the temple, we're recording the first one of the week. So that will have the formatted when to pause in the prayers. So that will be recorded then. Of course, you can tune in at that time at 8 o'clock in the morning. But any point you want to do a self-guided session, once this session is recorded, you can access it anytime and use that as a template for your self-guided session. Does that make sense? That will be the case for each week, because each week the meditation emphasis, so where we're going to pause, is going to vary. So the first unguided session of the week is going to be kind of the set standard. So of course you can always pause if you want to do a longer meditation. So that's always fine. So you see here that there are 2 sessions with Khenam Kyle on Sunday and Monday from 2:30 to 3:30. So what these sessions are basically Khenam Kyle going through how to create your retreat boundaries or your retreat environment, get you set up so that you're kind of all set for the retreat. And then Monday is the follow-up. So Sunday's kind of the initial meeting with Kanam Kyle, and then Monday is the follow-up and seeing if you have any questions about your retreat environment. On Tuesday, either the third or fourth session, there'll be a Q&A with Kinsampton. So that will be the case for every week. That's set standard 2 sessions with Kanam Kyle and then 1 session with Kinsampton. Kind of like a Q&A format where it's a little bit more interactive and you can submit questions and things like that. And then all of our Sog Pujas are listed for each week. So we tend to have Wish Fulfilling Jewel with Sog Puja on Thursday evenings, but again, it may vary depending upon the schedule. So please check that out. And then the concluding teaching is on Thursday. And then that's it. So that's pretty much the set standard for each week. Again, please, once you get the link, look at it, check out the schedule, and start making your plan. Now, how do you make your plan? You can go down here and you'll see Create Your Retreat Schedule. So Kinsampton gave a little teaching, a 20-minute teaching on how to create your retreat schedule. And again, with any of these videos, all you have to do is just blow up the screen like this and enjoy the teaching. He's meditating right now. Then down here, you have 2 ways to create. If you want to write out your retreat schedule, you have 2 ways of doing that. You can either download an Excel spreadsheet that will just go into your downloads folder, and then you can create it digitally online. Or you can download the PDF to print. So if you have a printer and you want to hand write out when you're going to do which sessions, then you can do that as well. Also, if you have any questions to Kanam Kyle about your retreat environment or any practical meditation questions for Kinsampton, you just click this button here, Submit Retreat Question. There's a little Google form that you'll fill out, and it'll ask you whether it's a practical logistical question with your retreat environment or setup, or if it's any questions regarding the meditations itself that you can ask Kinsampton. And so those will be addressed either in the Q&As with Kanam Kyle or Kinsampton, or you might email you directly. So moving on up, we have some online resources. So these are about 5 teachings that Kinsampton gave to give some context for the retreat. The main prayers that we're going to be using throughout these 10 weeks are hundreds of deities of the joyful land according to Highest Yoga Tantra. Normally the Friday night introductions serve as a means of giving a commentary to that, but to make it simpler, we have created 2 sessions of this. So you just click here for part 1, click here for part 2, and that way it will prepare you for how to engage in the meditations in that sadhana. Then going down, there is a teaching with Kinsampton on retreat boundaries. So these first 3 teachings are about an hour and a half, so they're quite lengthy teachings. It's best to watch these before you actually engage in the main retreat. So this is like a little prep. And then below, you have how faith plays a role in our retreat and how to keep a peaceful mind, which might be necessary for some of us. So these are a little bit shorter teachings, and these are good little snippets to watch maybe before you engage in your self-guided sessions if you're going to do those. Or if you just have some time to kill, nice to watch these in advance and keep your retreat nice and light and enjoyable. Of course, there is technical support at the bottom of this page, so if you have any questions, maybe you have trouble accessing the link, or technology always betrays us now and then, and we always have some obstacles. So feel free to contact us if you have any questions, and otherwise, that's pretty much it. Straightforward. Let me know if you have any questions, so either feel free to comment underneath this video or to email us. And yeah, hope you enjoy your retreat, however long it's going to be, whether you're going to do 1 week or 10 weeks. We really just want you to enjoy, and as you can see here, we're just trying to make it very practical and not overwhelm people, because 10 weeks sounds like a long time, and maybe you're not doing all those 10 weeks. Maybe you're doing 1 week or 2 weeks or just a weekend. All of that is fantastic. So please let us know if you have any questions, and enjoy.